Did you know that every single month going back to the date of October of 2016 have been some of the hottest months since 1880? The climate is a complex system influenced by many things like our orbit, gas, or even volcanoes. Climate scientists have looked through the data through many different lenses, and yet they have all seemed to get the same answer. Earth is warming up fast. This could be because of human activity, but it could also be because of many different things. To start, I should explain why this is all happening. Global warming occurs when carbon dioxide, CO2, and other air pollutants and greenhouse gases are collected in the atmosphere and get absorbed into sunlight and and solar radiation that is bounced off the Earth's surface. Usually, radiation escapes into space. Earth's observatory states just as the incoming and outgoing energy at the Earth's surface must balance the flow of energy into the atmosphere, must be balanced by an equal flow of energy out of the atmosphere and back into space. But these pollutants can last for years or even up to centuries in the atmosphere. They can trap the heat and cause the planet to get hotter. Fossil fuels, coal-burning power plants, as well as the use of alternatives to fossil fuels worldwide are the three major causes of global warming. Each year, more and more things are learned based on the consequences of global warming. There are many different things happening around the world that you may not even notice. Things like allergies, asthma, and infectious disease outbreaks are going to become more and more common due to increased growth of pollen-producing ragweed, higher levels of air pollution, and awful things like the spread of conditions favorable to pathogens and mosquitoes. Forest farms, and cities will face many new pests, heat waves, heavy downpours, and increased flooding. All those factors will damage or destroy agriculture and fisheries. The list goes on. Melting glaciers, early snowmelt, and severe droughts will cause more dramatic water shortages and increase the risk of wildfires all throughout the American West. Global warming even increases the risk of habitats such as coral reefs and alpine meadows, which could drive many different plants and animal species to extinction. According to the article, 33% of world's habitat at risk for global warming, states the report. Global warming and terrestrial biodiversity decline shows how global warming could fundamentally alter 1/3 of plant and animal habitats by the end of this century. You will start to realize that global warming is actually a really scary issue that is happening, and we, as not only a country, but the whole world, should take part in stopping this. Global warming is expected to have a very far-reaching, long-lasting, as well as devastating consequence for the planet Earth, unless we do something about this. We have actually started to try and better this by using more energy-efficient technology, but in order to avoid the worst effects of climate change. By this, I mean we need to do a lot more together and with other countries to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, and start using clean energy instead as a whole. We must recognize that clean transportation must remain a priority if we are to address the costly risk of climate change and protect public health. As well as many other aspects stated in the article, how you can stop global warming, it is stated that change only happens when individuals take action, and this is very true. So that being said, we know how hot the Earth has been, as well as how hot it is getting. It is our time to take action in stopping global warming because it is indeed real. Relatively speaking, Earth's climate is a complex puzzle whose pieces affect one another, and when we try to put those pieces together to recreate history or find that cause, the picture is clear. Us as individuals just have to take a long, hard look at it. We must cut things like gas and radiation immediately to avoid the catastrophic effects of a changing climate. If we continue business as usual by remaining reliant on fossil fuels. For one thing, science says the world will warm up to as much as a catastrophic of 3.7 degrees by the turn of the century. By disregarding everything I've just stated, it would mean more strain on economies and more people thrust into poverty. So it turns out that every half a degree of warming, even a tenth of a degree, matters quite a bit. We must take action before it is too late.